What if I told you that the most powerful people in history, kings, billionaires, dictators, and even today's world leaders, all obey a hidden code? A code so dangerous, so manipulative, that it's been banned, censored, and whispered about in secret societies for centuries. These are not just laws, they are weapons. Weapons of power. And tonight, you're about to learn all 50 of them. But I'll warn you, once you know these laws, you can never unknow them. You'll start to see the world differently. Friends, enemies, lovers, bosses. Everyone around you will look like pawns on a chessboard. And the question is, will you be the player or the piece? Before we begin, hit subscribe, because knowledge like this will never appear on your recommended feed again. They don't want you learning this, but you found it. And that means you're already one step ahead of everyone else. Say this to yourself: I am not a pawn. I am the player. From this moment, I control the board. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Picture this. You are the rising star in a company. Your ideas are brilliant. Your charisma magnetic. Everyone sees your potential, except the one above you. To him, your brilliance feels like a threat. And in power games, threats are not tolerated. In history, countless advisors, generals, and apprentices who shined too brightly in front of their kings were executed or exiled. Why? Because power is fragile, and those who hold it guard it with paranoia. Human ego is more fragile than glass. The moment you make someone in power feel small, they will destroy you. Not because they must, but because they can. Feed their ego. Make your boss, leader, or master believe they're the sun, and you are only reflecting their light. Hide your strength until the day you no longer need their protection. Then, and only then, reveal your true power. Law 2. Crush your enemy completely. Weakness is mercy, and mercy leaves room for revenge. Imagine a snake. If you cut off half its body but leave the head alive, it will crawl, it will recover, and one day, it will strike again. History's greatest rulers, Caesar, Stalin, Genghis Khan, knew this. They didn't just defeat enemies. They erased them. Families destroyed. Legacies wiped out. Because if you leave even one seed alive, the weeds grow back. Partial destruction breeds obsession. A defeated enemy who survives is not grateful. They are plotting. When you must deal with an enemy, deal with them once and deal with them completely. Not half measures. No loose ends. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. The most dangerous man in the room is not the one with a weapon. It's the one whose motives you cannot read. If people know your plans, they can block them. But if you remain unpredictable, they move cautiously, never sure where to strike. Napoleon misled his enemies by pretending to march in one direction while secretly preparing an attack elsewhere. His enemies fought ghosts while he conquered cities. Uncertainty breeds fear. Fear paralyzes. Never reveal your full plan. Give pieces, but never the whole. Tell lies wrapped in truth. Let others underestimate you. And when the time is right, reveal the dagger you've kept hidden. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Power lies in silence. Every extra word you speak is ammunition for others. Imagine negotiation. One man speaks endlessly, explaining, defending, begging. The other sits silent, his face unreadable. Who controls the room? Silence makes people nervous. Nervous people reveal more than they should. Mystery is magnetic. The unknown is always more intimidating than the known. Speak less. Let others fill the silence. Every time they do, they give away secrets, emotions, vulnerabilities. The less you speak, the more they imagine. And their imagination will always exaggerate your power. Law 5. Guard your reputation with your life. Reputation is the armor of kings. It's the shadow that walks into the room before you do. A strong reputation can win battles you never fight. But a single crack, a rumor, a scandal, a whisper, can destroy everything. Julius Caesar, despite his scandals, maintained a reputation for strength, ambition, and destiny. That image made his enemies fear him before swords were ever drawn. People believe the story, not the truth. If you control the story, you control the power. Build your reputation carefully. Defend it ruthlessly. If anyone dares to stain it, destroy them fast and without mercy. Law 6. Court attention all costs. To be ignored is to be powerless. The invisible are forgotten. Those who fade into silence die quietly. The powerful understand this. Attention is oxygen. They manufacture drama, spectacle, and controversy because eyes equal influence. In politics, in business, in entertainment, visibility is survival. The masses are sheep. They follow the one who shines brightest. Don't hide. Stand in the light. Create moments people can't ignore. If you don't control the spotlight, someone else will. Law 7. Get others to do the work, but take the credit. History remembers names, not labor. Thomas Edison is remembered as a genius inventor, yet many of his breakthroughs came from men working beneath him. But who remembers their names? The truth is simple. Effort is irrelevant. Only results matter. People admire winners, not workers. Delegate the burden. Let others bleed and sweat. When the victory comes, step forward and wear the crown. Law 8. Make others come to you. To chase is to admit weakness. To pursue is to reveal hunger. Hunger is not power, it is desperation. A powerful man never runs. He positions himself as a prize. Others must climb mountains, cross oceans, and crawl through fire just to reach him. And when they do, he decides they are worthy. Scarcity creates value. The less accessible you are, the more people want you. Withdraw. Create distance. Make people earn your presence. Those who come to you arrive vulnerable, already playing your game. Law 9. Win through actions, never argument. Arguments are noise. Action is fear. You can debate endlessly and still change nothing. But one bold act shifts everything. In the court of power, actions are final. A ruler who silences opposition, not with words but with force, commands respect. Those who rely only on argument are lawyers. Those who act are kings. People doubt words. They fear actions. Do not waste time convincing. Demonstrate. Show power. Don't explain it. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Misery spreads like a virus. Stay close to the drowning man, and he will pull you under. Hang with the bitter, and their poison becomes yours. Powerful people cut the cord early. They don't rescue the drowning. They build ships and sail away. Energy is contagious. The desperate seek hosts to feed on. Ruthlessly cut off the unlucky, the miserable, the toxic. Their downfall must not become yours. If these first 10 laws already feel dangerous, just imagine what's waiting in the next 40. Stick with me, because by the end, you won't just understand power, you'll embody it. Hit the like button if you're still here, because most people can't handle even this much truth. Repeat this. I will not beg. I will not chase. I am the mountain others must climb. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Power dies when people no longer need you. The secret rulers of history always understood this. Create dependence. Make your allies, your partners, even your enemies need you for survival. A master manipulator never gives complete freedom. They give just enough to keep the leash invisible. Like a spider spinning its web, you trap them slowly until their entire existence revolves around you. Consider drug lords who keep entire cities hooked, not on respect, but on addiction. Once addicted, escape is impossible. That's power. Need is stronger than loyalty. Gratitude fades. Dependency lasts forever. Never give all the tools, all the freedom, or all the knowledge. Always keep something only you can provide. As long as they need you, they will never betray you. Law 12. Use selective honesty to disarm your victim. Lies are common. That's why truth, used strategically, is lethal. Imagine a con artist who tells you 10 truths and 1 lie. The 10 truths build trust. The 1 lie destroys you. People lower their guard when they taste honesty. That's when you strike. The rare drop of truth becomes the sugar that makes the poison drinkable. People crave honesty so badly, they never question the motive behind it. Reveal truths strategically. Admit a weakness to appear human, then hide your true strength. Your victim will trust you, and that trust becomes your weapon. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to self-interest, never mercy. People don't help out of kindness. They help out of greed. Appeal to mercy and you'll be ignored. Appeal to self-interest and you'll be served. The shrewd never say, "Help me." They say, "If you do this, you will gain." Even kings bend when they smell profit. Altruism is a myth. Behind every act of kindness lies hidden selfishness. Frame your requests so that helping you helps them. The world does not care about your survival. They care about what they stand to gain. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowledge is currency. And spies are the true millionaires of power. The wise never enter as enemies. They enter as friends, listening, observing, collecting secrets. A false smile, a nod, a drink shared, and suddenly doors open. A careless word reveals everything. Espionage is not just for governments. It's for workplaces, relationships, negotiations. If you know their weakness before they know yours, you already own them. People reveal their secrets not to enemies, but to friends. Become the trusted ear. Encourage others to speak. Reveal little, listen much. Every secret you collect becomes a dagger you can use later. Law 15. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn to use enemies. Friends betray. Enemies fear. Friends envy your success and grow comfortable with your kindness. Enemies, however, have something to prove. Win an enemy over, and they'll serve with twice the loyalty because their reputation depends on it. History is filled with leaders who trusted friends, only to be stabbed in the back. The wise ruler never trusts blindly. They balance friends and enemies alike. Familiarity breeds betrayal. Keep friends close, but keep them watched. Use enemies as weapons, turning rivals into loyal soldiers bound by necessity. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Constant presence breeds familiarity, and familiarity breeds contempt. Absence, however, sharpens desire. Like oxygen leaving a room. People only realize your value when you are gone. Leaders, celebrities, lovers, they vanish at key moments, making the world crave their return. When they finally reappear, they are treated as gods. Scarcity magnifies value. The mind longs for what it cannot have. Don't always be available. Withdraw strategically. Disappear just long enough to make others fear losing you. Then return, stronger, more desired than before. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an aura of unpredictability. The predictable man is a slave. The unpredictable man is a god. Why? Because fear lives in uncertainty. Dictators and warlords thrived on this principle. Their allies never knew when they would be rewarded or executed. That unpredictability kept everyone obedient. If people can predict your moves, they can counter them. But if you are unpredictable, they hesitate, and hesitation is defeat. People fear what they cannot calculate. Be unpredictable. Change routines. Shift strategies. Sometimes reward, sometimes punish. Confuse them until they no longer know what to expect. Only that they must obey. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Fear drives many into isolation. Walls, gates, fortresses. But isolation is death. The powerful thrive on networks, spies, information. A fortress cuts you off from all of that. History proves it. French kings who retreated into castles fell easily. Dictators who isolated themselves lost touch with reality, and their empires crumbled. Safety is not in hiding, it is in control. Isolation breeds weakness, paranoia, and ignorance. Do not hide. Stay connected. Be present in every circle. Listen, watch, and control. The more you isolate, the more blind you become. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. All enemies are dangerous, but some are catastrophic. Some forgive, others never forget. The reckless often die not because they fought, but because they insulted the wrong man. One wrong word to someone vengeful, and they will spend their life plotting your downfall. Ego is unpredictable. Some egos are fragile glass, others are bombs. One insult can trigger war. Study people before you move against them. Never underestimate quiet enemies. They may be the deadliest. Offend the weak, and you create a pest. Offend the powerful, and you sign your death sentence. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Commitment is a cage. Alliances are temporary. In the game of power, loyalty is only as strong as the next opportunity. The powerful remain free, unattached, fluid. They move where advantage lies. Those who tie themselves permanently to one master, one ideology, one side, become slaves to it. Freedom is power. Commitment is weakness. Absolute loyalty is for fools. The wise keep their options open. Never chain yourself to anyone completely. Stay useful to many, loyal to none. The moment you bind yourself, you hand away your freedom. You just unlock laws 11 through 20, the strategies that separate leaders from slaves. But here's the truth. You've only seen the beginning. The next set of laws reveal tactics so dark, they've been used by dictators, emperors, and billionaires to shape entire nations. If you're still watching, you're not ordinary. You're hungry for real power. So smash that like button, subscribe, and prepare yourself, because we're only getting darker. Say this to yourself. I am loyal to no one. My freedom is my power. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Appear dumber than your mark. Arrogance blinds. The easiest way to disarm the powerful is not to challenge them, but to let them believe they're smarter than you. History is filled with manipulators who pretended to be weak, dumb, or naive, all while secretly plotting. Why? Because pride makes people drop their guard. They underestimate you. And underestimation is your camouflage. Like the hunter who plays dead before striking. The one who pretends to be a fool becomes the deadliest player of all. Ego is a trap. Flatter it and you control it. In negotiations, relationships, even rivalries, underplay your intelligence. Let them underestimate you. Then strike when their guard is down. Law 22. Use a surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Sometimes the battlefield is lost. Resistance guarantees destruction. In such moments, surrender is not weakness. It is strategy. Consider Japan in World War II. Defeated, humiliated, forced to bow. But through surrender, they rebuilt and became one of the most powerful economies in the world. Surrender allows you to live, adapt, and bide your time. Only the impatient die on principle. To kneel today is to rise tomorrow. When defeat is certain, yield with grace. In your enemy's arrogance of victory, they will loosen their guard. That's when you prepare your return. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Power scattered is power wasted. Like the sun, focus through a magnifying glass. Even soft light can ignite fire. The powerful understand this. Don't fight every battle. Don't chase every opportunity. Pour everything into one strike, one mission, one goal. Alexander the Great conquered half the world not by fighting everywhere, but by striking fast and concentrated. Focus is force. Distraction is weakness. In business, in war, in life, don't spread yourself thin. Channel all your energy into one decisive blow. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. In the halls of power, survival is not about strength. It's about subtlety. The courtier thrives not by force, but by grace, charm, and manipulation. Kings, CEOs, dictators are surrounded by courtiers. Those who flatter without groveling. Those who smile while stabbing. Those who know when to speak, when to remain silent, when to vanish. The court is a chessboard, and the courtier survives by knowing how to dance across it without being noticed until it's too late. Power flows not to the loudest, but to the most adaptable. Master manners. Mirror emotions. Learn subtle flattery. Speak carefully. Your ability to navigate the powerful with grace will make you indispensable. Law 25. Recreate yourself. The powerful are not born, they are crafted. Every king, every ruler, every mogul has, at some point, reinvented themselves. You are not bound by your current image. Reinvention is rebirth. Shed old skins, destroy old identities, and rebuild yourself into someone new, someone untouchable. Napoleon was once a poor Corsican. He reinvented himself into an emperor. That is a secret. Identity is a weapon, not a cage. Identity is fluid. The one who controls his image controls his destiny. Don't let society define you. Build yourself into the figure others must obey. Change names, looks, reputations, if necessary. Erase your past and design your future. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. The powerful rule through distance. They never appear guilty, never stained, never dirty. Their hands are spotless, while others do their dirty work. The mafia boss never pulls the trigger. The king never swings a sword. The CEO never signs a corrupt deal. They all have proxies, and proxies can be sacrificed. Your image must remain pure, even when your actions are not. Guilt destroys reputation. Distance preserves it. Use scapegoats. Use messengers. Let others carry out your dirty deeds. If they succeed, you claim credit. If they fail, you disown them. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Humans crave belief. They want gods, saviors, messiahs. The powerful exploit this hunger by becoming an object of worship. Think of modern cult leaders, dictators, celebrities. They provide vision, certainty, meaning, and their followers obey blindly. When you give people belief, they surrender their minds. They stop questioning. They worship. And worshipers are the easiest to control. The need for meaning makes people slaves. Build rituals. Speak with conviction. Offer hope in chaos. Make people believe you're their answer, and they will follow you anywhere. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Hesitation is death. The hesitant man is eaten alive by the bold. Even a wrong move executed with confidence is feared more than a perfect move executed with doubt. Caesar crossed the Rubicon knowing he might die. His boldness alone rallied armies to his side. The timid are forgotten. The bold are immortal. Confidence can disguise weakness, but weakness can never disguise confidence. Act with force. Don't creep. Don't whisper. Strike loudly, boldly, without apology. People fear boldness because it reminds them of what they lack. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. The foolish think only of tomorrow. The wise think of the end. Every empire falls not because of its beginning, but because of its lack of foresight. The powerful map outcomes far ahead. They don't just think of moves. They think of consequences. Traps, ripples. Chess masters don't move a single piece without seeing the last checkmate. That's why they win. The end shapes the present. Never act blindly. Don't chase temporary satisfaction. See the whole board. Imagine the last chapter before writing the first line. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Struggle is weakness. If people see your sweat, they see your limits. The powerful appear untouchable, superhuman. They work like demons in private, but in public, they shine as if it was destiny. The world worships ease, not effort. That is why geniuses hide their labor. People envy effort. They worship effortless mastery. Never show your grind. Hide your failures. Reveal only results. Let others believe your success is natural, inevitable, unstoppable. You've now unlocked 30 of the 50 laws of power. Already, you're no longer the same person who clicked on this video. But listen carefully. The final 20 laws are the most lethal of all. They are the laws that transform men into kings, leaders into legends, and ordinary players into untouchable masters. If you're ready to go deeper, smash the like button and stay locked in. We're only halfway up the mountain of power. Say this to yourself. I act with boldness. I plan to the end. My power feels effortless. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. Freedom is an illusion. The powerful never allow true choice. They create a box filled with options, and no matter what you pick, they win. Politicians use this trick every election. Corporations use it in business. Parents use it on children. The weak think they're free, but in truth, they're trapped between walls you built for them. To rule, don't fight over decisions. Control the frame of the decision itself. The illusion of choice is the strongest cage. In business, relationships, or war, never ask people what they want. Give them two options, both designed to benefit you. They'll think they've won. when in fact, you've already taken everything. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. People don't want reality. They crave illusions. Give them harsh truth, and they'll resist you. Give them dreams, and they'll worship you. Dictators promise utopias. Religions promise paradise. Celebrities sell fantasy lifestyles. And the masses obey, hypnotized. The powerful never fight people's fantasies. They feed them, exploit them, and profit from them. Humans surrender logic for desire. Sell visions, not facts. In leadership, don't show the world as it is. Show it as people wish it to be. Control the dream, and you own the dreamers. Law 33. Discover each man's weakness, the thumbscrew. Every man has a crack. Pride, greed, lust, fear, shame. The art of power is discovering that crack and pressing it until he shatters. Julius Caesar broke enemies with bribes. Modern intelligence agencies exploit sex, secrets, addictions. The thumbscrew always exists. You just need patience to find it. Everyone has a leash. Most don't know they're wearing it. Observe, listen, study. In rivals, allies, lovers, find their obsession, their fear, their hidden guilt. Once you grip their weakness, you own their soul. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The world bows not to need, but to presence. People respect what you project. If you walk like a servant, you'll be treated as one. If you carry yourself like a king, even your enemies hesitate. Napoleon crowned himself emperor because waiting for approval is weakness. The crown is not given, it is claimed. Perception creates reality. Dress sharp, speak with authority. Command space when you enter. Even if you own nothing, act like you own everything, and the world will believe it. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Power is not just action, it is patience. A strike too early fails. A strike too late collapses. But perfect timing? That makes legends. Caesar crossed the Rubicon when his enemies weren't ready. Investors strike when the market is blind. Hunters wait for the prey to step closer. The impatient lose. The precise conquer. Patience is sharper than a sword. In arguments, negotiations, or war, pause. Wait. Let others move first. Then strike at the moment when resistance is weakest, and victory will feel effortless. Law 36. Disdain what you cannot have. Ignoring it is the best revenge. Desire reveals weakness. When you chase what you can't have, you expose need. When you obsess over rejection, you hand over power. The powerful act indifferent. They dismiss what is denied them. By ignoring, they strip it of value. And often, the world brings it to them anyway. Attention gives power. Silence takes it away. Don't beg for opportunities. Don't chase lovers. Don't fight for recognition. Ignore it all and watch as people crawl back, desperate for the attention you refuse to give. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Power is theater. The masses are not led by reason, but by the eye. Parades, rituals, massive launches, dramatic speeches. These are not for fun, but for control. Dazzle the crowd, and they forget to question. Blind them with light, and they will follow. History's most ruthless leaders always stage spectacles to hypnotize the world. The eye is weak. Whoever controls the eye controls the mind. In leadership, don't just do, perform. Use symbols, drama, and shock. Let your actions echo louder than your words. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Society destroys the one who is too different. The mob hates the wolf who refuses to wear sheep's clothing. To survive, hide your sharp edges. Think freely but act like the crowd. Only in secrecy can true power grow. Once you are untouchable, reveal your real nature. Until then, mask it. Camouflage protects the predator. Blend in. Speak like them. Move like them. Hide in plain sight until the day comes to strike. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Calm seas protect enemies. Chaos exposes them. If you want to break a man, push his buttons. Stir his emotions until he loses control. In anger, he reveals weakness. In panic, he exposes secrets. When the water is still, the fish hides. When the water is shaken, the fish rises. Emotion blinds logic. Provoke, confuse, agitate. When rivals lose composure, you see their real face. Exploit it. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing is free. Every gift hides a chain. Every favor is a leash. Accept too much, and you're no longer free. You're owned. The powerful avoid dependence. They pay their own way. They keep their image untouchable, owing no one, because the man who feeds you controls you. Gifts enslave more than chains. Refuse dependency. If you accept, repay strategically so you're never in debt. Never let another man buy your freedom. You now unlocked 40 of the 50 laws of power. Each law is sharpening you, transforming you, making you more dangerous than you were yesterday. But listen carefully. The final 10 laws are the most forbidden of all. They're the laws kings, generals, and secret societies live by. They are not just strategies. They are the blueprint of dominance. If you're still here, prove you're not just a viewer but a player. Comment dangerously smart below and let the world know you're different. Say this to yourself. I create the rules. I control illusions. I am not bound by chains. I am the master of timing, the architect of choice, and the designer of power. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Whoever follows a giant will always be compared, and almost always found smaller. History devours successors who live in another man's shadow. Alexander the Great's generals couldn't outshine him. Caesar's heirs were swallowed by his ghost. Even in business, CEOs who inherit empires often collapse under the weight of legacy. Power is not about imitation. It's about creation. Do not copy. Do not inherit. Carve your own path. Comparison kills authority. In work, relationships, or leadership, avoid being the replacement. Rebrand. Redefine. Make people forget the one who came before you by building something entirely your own. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Groups are not held together by unity. They're held together by leaders. Remove the leader and the flock collapses. Criminal empires, political movements, even families depend on a shepherd. Instead of fighting every member, cut off the head. The body dies on its own. Kill the center and the circle dissolves. In negotiations, conflicts, or rivalries, don't waste energy on followers. Target the influencer, the decision maker, the real power behind the curtain. When the shepherd falls, the sheep panic. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Chains of steel break. Chains of emotion last forever. True rulers don't command bodies. They command belief. Prophets, dictators, marketers, and cult leaders all knew. Once you own someone's heart and mind, you own their entire existence. Fear controls. Love enslaves. Use both. The mind is the strongest prison. Don't argue facts. Arouse feelings. Inspire loyalty, admiration, and fear in the same breath. When people want to obey you, resistance disappears. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with a mirror effect. The most unsettling weapon is reflection. Mirror your enemy's arrogance. Mirror their insults. Mirror their actions. Soon, they see themselves staring back, and it enrages them. People cannot fight their own reflection. The mirror doesn't just disarm, it humiliates. Reflection destabilizes identity. When attacked, copy tone, posture, or strategy. The aggressor will feel mocked, exposed, and unbalanced. They will lash out foolishly, revealing their weakness. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. People demand change, but they fear it. Revolutions that move too fast devour themselves. History proves it. Leaders who force rapid transformation are overthrown. Power grows by disguising change as continuity. Move gradually, step by step, until the old becomes the new, without the crowd ever noticing. Sudden shifts trigger rebellion. In leadership, relationships, or politics, announce change, but deliver it slowly. Rapid and familiar symbols. Let people feel safe as you rewrite their reality. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Perfection attracts not admiration, but envy. And envy breeds assassins. To survive, reveal small flaws. Fake weaknesses. Give enemies just enough comfort to believe you're human. The perfect man is hated. The almost perfect man is adored. Perfection provokes destruction. In business or social life, hide your strengths behind humility. Display a crack in your armor, but never the core. Keep envy from becoming a dagger in your back. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, learn when to stop. The drunkest moment of power is the moment of victory. That's when most men destroy themselves. Napoleon marched too far. Hitler stretched too wide. Victories had already been won turned to ashes because greed refused to stop. The wise ruler knows restraint is sharper than ambition. Overreach is self-destruction. Celebrate wins quietly. Don't boast. Don't expand recklessly. Stop at the peak. Let your enemies fall into the trap of excess while you consolidate. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The final law is the deadliest. Formlessness. Structures can be attacked. Identities can be predicted. But the shapeless, the fluid, they cannot be defeated. The predator who adapts survives every storm. Be water. Be smoke. Be shadow. What cannot be grasped cannot be destroyed. Never be tied to one plan, one image, one role. Shift constantly. Adapt faster than rivals. If they can't pin you down, they can't strike you. Law 49. Control silence as a weapon bonus. Noise is for the powerless. Silence terrifies. The quiet man makes others nervous. They speak to fill the void, revealing secrets. They project their fears into the silence. Silence isn't absence, it's dominance. Silence forces exposure. In negotiations or conflicts, say less. The less you reveal, the more they will give away. Silence is a blade sharper than words. Law 50. Embrace fearlessness bonus. Fear enslaves kings and beggars alike. It is the oldest chain. The moment you walk without fear, you become untouchable. Danger doesn't vanish, but it loses its teeth. Fearless men are the ones history remembers, because they had nothing left to lose. Fear is the invisible leash. Train yourself to confront what terrifies you. Use danger as fuel. Act boldly when others hesitate. The fearless man commands the battlefield of life. You've now unlocked all 50 laws of power. These aren't just lessons, they're weapons. Most people fear them, deny them, or hide from them. But you finished the journey. Comment fearless below if you're ready to wield this knowledge. And remember, subscribing isn't just following. It's joining a circle of people who refuse to be weak. Say this to yourself. I do not follow, I lead. I do not chase, I attract. I do not fear, I dominate. I am formless, fearless, and dangerously smart.